What's up guys, June here, and this video is going to be a guide for the giant mole fighting the hard mode version. This is a great way to save yourself a lot of time if you're hunting the pet. The drop rate's only 1 in 500 for the hard mode, while the normal mode's 1 in 2500. And with a little bit of strategy you can get consistent kills in about 2 minutes. It's not really any longer than the normal mode. The setup's pretty simple. Any kind of ranged or magic style is going to work. Your armor doesn't matter much. The better your weapon, the better your damage is going to be. Your inventory also doesn't matter at all. You want some boosting potions, maybe some prayers in case you need to heal with soul split. For a familiar, you probably want a yak so that you can bank some of the little bits of the mole that drop. They're worth like 3k a piece, so that can add up pretty quick over the entire duration of hunting for the pet. And that's really all there is to it, so let's get started with the actual strategy. The mole will first spawn in the centermost chamber. While here there are no special attacks, so there's no real strategy. Just beat the crap out of the mole until it decides to dig into the direction of one of the other chambers. In the northwestern chamber, the giant mole is capable of summoning some companions. While these companions are alive, her defense is going to rise dramatically, and also her damage is going to rise dramatically. So the best way to deal with this is simply to stay in combat with the mole and to use area of effect or multiple hitting abilities like Dragon Breath and Chain to take care of some of them while dealing damage to the mole until it decides to dig into a new area. During combat with the mole in the northeastern chamber, you will receive a notification on screen that the mole can now be stunned. When you receive this notification, the giant mole has entered a berserker rage and will start dealing 1000 to 2000 damage with her normal attacks. You can choose to stun the mole in this time, but the stun effect will not last for the full duration of this effect, so my suggestion is to just step outside of melee distance behind some kind of an obstacle to finish the mole off on this phase. In the southwestern chamber, the giant mole's special attack is to dive under the ground, and when it resurfaces there's going to be an area where you receive damage over time. Whenever you see the mole do that digging animation, the most effective way to avoid this is simply to walk one space diagonally, and on the hard mode version she's going to do that twice. And after that you can resume the fight like normal. The southeastern chamber has the most difficult special attack to deal with. Anytime in combat with the mole you may receive an on-screen notification that you hear a crumbling noise above. You'll be trapped inside a wave of mud, which is not preventable with anticipation or escapable with freedom, and you'll receive damage over time as rocks fall from the ceiling on top of you. If the mole is able to strike you while you're trapped inside the wave of mud, you'll receive 2,000 to 3,000 damage, and she will free you from it. My strategy for dealing with this is simply to stay outside of melee distance and to run in only every 2 or 3 abilities to prevent her from using the area of effect bleed attack that she props up under you. After defeating the mole in all 4 chambers, she returns to the central chamber. She's now taken on all of the special attacks from each of the chambers all at the same time, so we're going to treat this a lot like the southeastern chamber, where we're going to pull her over to a place where we can step outside melee distance and only let her attack us every few attacks. This is going to prevent her from using any of the specials too many times. We'll still use multi-hitting abilities to try and avoid any of the minions being alive for too long. And if executed properly, we should be able to kill it without receiving any significant damage. Thank you guys for watching. The giant mole has been dead content for a long time, but with the recent boss pets, I thought this video would be appealing to a lot of you who are hunting it. This should save you a lot of time and make the whole process a lot easier. If you like this video, please rate, comment, and subscribe. If you have ideas for future videos, let me know in the comments or message me in game, and I will see you next time. Take care.